Now, one person is in a critical condition after a tree fell on a Toyota Land Cruiser and a motorcycle at the Switchback Road in Accra following the short but heavy and windy rains this morning. At least 5 more vehicles were also destroyed in another incident with mini billboards toppled. Now, the sudden downpour, accompanied by strong winds, wreaked havoc in several parts of Accra, leaving residents grappling with the aftermath of flooded homes. Emergency services are responding to the situation, providing assistance to those affected and working to clear debris from roads. My colleague Benjamin Akapo has been monitoring situations at the 37 and the airport area, and this is what he found.
Well, it's a wet Monday morning, and with this wetness came a lot of heavy rain in the early hours of the morning. As I am told, well, we're here at the Switchback Road. The Italian embassy is right here, and the Netherlands residents as well close by. Now you can see from right behind me the debris of this fallen tree. From right there, that's its root. It fell across this street, as I am told, and you can also see the work. The police officers, the police team just left this place in their patrol car, but there's a gentleman here who witnessed everything that happened. In fact, he was called upon urgently to come and see to the cutting of the tree. Good morning.
Good morning, Chief.
Pacho Efrosing.
You're from Christopher Kumi.
Christopher Kumi.
Yeah.
Now we are way.
We are Department of Parks and Garden.
Okay. Now ebana say na no pay uwaha denti na wabejina.
Denti amuha na say anope mi bedu adwuma by 6:30. Nti bedu adwuma mu no within by 10 minutes and I Italian embassy for more mohano a rush by adwuma say edua bi abu ato car so na nipa so. The Ukrainian me in the bus no me ma me team ni nyina asa say me ye change operator e wo Greater Accra Hantino. Me ma teams ni nyina for machines no eni nyina ba yebeduru ampa na guy ne hye moto no edua na toro so na soja commander ba ko bi so run car no so edua na to so
into the patch say soldier commander ne car and motorcyclist and so
nti e ba sa no na akware da ho nti wo hye dua na se nti wo se metwitwa ne kakran
e importing no hye
no hye edua na se wo hai asia ha yi motor sisi motor no me police phone te ko ha nti na motor wada form ena motor no da no so ena edua no so sa da no so but lucky ni say edua no etono 9 enani mienu so but anton the body no but the body no edua fire police commander ne car no ena save no because etoso nti na ba hangi kakra nti no hyaase nti mitwitwa ne kakran saa kopem say ebetimi ayi nipa na ohye moto na ase no ti yiri ma na police for no ma no so a omje call hospital.
Okay, Jinaho Kakra, na me explain what Potokasem. So basically, this is Christopher Kumi. He works with Parks and Gardens.
Yes. Yeah.
And he was explaining to me that in the wee hours of the morning, shortly after 6:30 when he had arrived at work, he got a call from the Italian embassy, an urgent situation. A tree had fallen, as we can see right behind us. And when he got here together with his team, he realized that it had fallen on an army officer's vehicle, a car, and then a motorcyclist as well was underneath it. What he says saved the motorcyclist was the fact that the car had lifted the tree a bit, but it had still fallen on the motorcyclist. He couldn't extricate himself. And he was taken to the hospital. What hospital am I going?
Because of that, you know me to try to rushing and I'm going to my hospital crowd.
It's so far no obetumi aka say there more clear road no na ndema no mo dey ko he
say am say ye clear road nu ye wa wo hwe ha enua no gu ho nti afa ne yanya access car no besina konti afa na yes sasa nioma na afiri an ya clear road ni nyina sa ne adwuma pasanga de ye no nti etwa ya clear ni nyina ne da ko gu office ya sesa wura ni nyina ne ya clear ekwa mu nyina sadia accident bi antimi sama bim. They are
not yet done. You can see from the other stretch of the road that there's still a lot of work to be done so that traffic from the other end, coming from the New Horizons Special School, can also go through. But I also have the Director of Parks and Gardens here. He's also joining me for a conversation. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Please, what's your name?
My name is Dr. Adams, Dr. Daniel Kinford Adams.
All right. And what happened this morning, as far as you know?
Actually, I was coming to the workplace and I heard that a brainstorm has just felled one tree. And it's on army officers. He was actually the military police director car. It's a Land Cruiser. That's what I know. And
so the vehicle involved was a Land Cruiser vehicle?
Land Cruiser, yeah, Toyota Land Cruiser. A very brand new one, very black in color. So what happened was that he wanted to negotiate a curve to this side, New Horizon School. And the motor also should have waited. But I don't know, he wanted to bypass it. So immediately he negotiated the pass. This tree fell on the two of them. Wow. So that is so the motor rider got on beneath the tree, and the branches of the stalk of the tree also fell on the bonnet of the military police commander's car.
I see. So is this the explanation that the military officer gave you?
No, we are all in the office. Our office is not far from here.
So this is what, bystanders?
Yes, we came to the scene and we have to sever this tree, cut it into pieces. At that time, the guy was still beneath the tree. The tree has fallen on him. So when we go to this, I will make it chobe. Then all of us will raise it for the boy to be taken to hospital.
About how old would he be?
Around maybe 21 to 24. That's what I could see.
So he's a very young man. I hear he was taken to hospital. Do you know where he was taken?
Yeah, 37, of course.
Okay, 37 is the closest. Yeah. But in terms of the military vehicle, from what you saw, how much damage was done to it?
I mean, the bonnet and the windscreen was damaged, yeah.
So looking at the situation now, at least you've cleared the main road. Yeah. But those coming from the New Horizon Special School and these estates will struggle still because of part of the stretch. How soon do you think all of this can be cleared?
Oh, we have a vehicle here. You know what we are doing. We're going to call all the people at the office to come, and we will cut this very soon. We'll just take them to our border. We have an area that we do mulching. So we'll put them there to dry, and we'll use it for landscaping.
So it's now about 11:05. Are we saying that in let's say by noon?
Yeah, by noon we're going to finish. Because we have started taking the stumps. The stump, but we have to go and put it there. Then we come for the rubbish.
In the end, when you get stumps like this, what do you use them for?
No, normally some of them are used we chop them into pieces like this. Have you seen? Yeah, we use it for mulching. Yeah, in agric, yeah. When you go to US, they don't use black soil. They use this one for planting. And that's what we're going to use it. So we chop them into pieces and we use it for mulching. It helps the plants to grow nicely because it gives them some coolness beneath. That's what we're going to do.
The final bit to you, though, especially as we've entered this phase where the rains are going to be coming from time to time. This morning, it came fast and furious. Very quickly, a lot of wind, thunder, and this is what has happened. You can expect that, especially as this area has a lot of trees, maybe more of this could happen. No one wants that to happen, but it could. What's the plan? Parks and Gardens, you're just close by.
Right now, if you could see, this very tree in question, there's a branch leading to this edifice, but it was severed.
Which is this the Netherlands residence?
Netherlands residence. You see, let's go a little bit. Let me show you something. So you could see that this tree is being handled by roots. Right. But the root leading to Netherlands MSC was severed some years ago when they were constructing this gutter.
So it doesn't have the necessary grounding.
So it has a root here, and here, but the back. So when the wind blew it this way, it was not having any backing. That's why it fell this way. So you can see here, there's no root here because of the construction of the wall and the gutter. So I send this warning to people who have been constructing gutters and trenches. When you see any root leading to that end, try as much as possible to call for advice. Parks and Gardens, we are here for the country. Right. Because of this tree, it doesn't have any root holding it at the back. That's why it fell this way.
Do you know what's interesting? If my cameraman can just pan towards that's another tree, yes, right there, yes, which also likely has roots that have been severed, yes, right? Which also means that, I mean, this is a tough-looking tree, but if the wind blows hard enough, it could also be felled. So what are you going to do about that? At least that hasn't fallen.
Yeah, we are going to take it out because it's a silk cotton tree. Silk cotton tree. That is, you see, but it has a buttress rooted. This has a deep-rooted plant. This is a deep-rooted plant. Right. But that one has buttress root. Okay. Buttress rooted plant doesn't normally fall off when it is rain because they have a lot of rooting system which holds the tree firmly on the ground.
But what does it mean? So you leave that tree?
No, we're going to also talk about that because last time we cut all the, let me tell you a secret. The bigger the canopy of the tree, the easier it falls when there's brainstorm. But if the canopy is very small, it's not all that, it doesn't normally lead to that extent. So this one, if you could see, we've cut all the canopies, leaving it in a lanky form. Right. So we are going to continue. But we don't also want to create a habit of cutting of trees. Because if the last tree dies, the last man will die. Right. So we try to, the trees give us a lot of oxygen to breathe in. Right. So that's why we are trying as much as possible to probably stop the severing and cutting of the trees. So this one will maintain it, but we'll do it in such a way that when there's a storm, it will not break down.
All right, so this has been my interaction as well after laying the foundation of what happened with the Director of Parks and Gardens, Daniel Kingsford Adams, who has been elaborating on what happened here, what they came and met, and what likely they will do to that tree, which is also in close proximity. From here, the switchback road, between the Netherlands residents and the Italian Embassy. My name is Benjamin Akakpo, bringing you details of what exactly has happened.
Well, Rejoice Semefakwesu was also at Tesano, coming to my circle, and Awoshi to check on how this morning's rains and winds affected some people there. Watch this.
In Tesano, the aftermath of the downpour saw flood water inundate the area from the police training school to Peace FM, though there's a glimmer of hope as the waters slowly recede. Meanwhile, the towering billboard at the entrance of the police training school has collapsed. In Awoshi, near Victory Bible Church, the scene is no less daunting as high-tension electric cables fall off, causing heavy traffic. Adding to the chaos, the once sturdy banners mounted on buildings at Circle Tiptoe Lane collapsed under the relentless assault of wind and rain.
We were inside the shop. We were in the shop when it was raining because we just finished with our morning devotion. We were having a little meeting. All we could hear, boom, the blood just came down from the top. So after checking, we realized it was a signpost from the building. Yeah, so the whole thing just came down.
I was here, I just parked, and it started raining with thunder and then the whirlwind. But just for a second, I heard that something was coming up from the top. So I quickly parked at the side of the entrance. And later on, my son called me on the phone that I should leave there because the building is collapsing. Not knowing this weekend, Techno company, they mounted a signboard at the top of the roof. And you could see the size of the distance. So I think the air could not penetrate. So it forced to fall down. And we're fortunate that, in fact, by morning at this time, there could be a lot of people standing here. But we thank God that we couldn't have any casualty.
Nti echi na dem frama nti dem mi china hanu na mu se ahanu ma tiegu blam nti mi dwane bi ngate no mi bie gate na nyi ena mi die mi kana fan sei mi fan se mi dan mo na mu se asa tiegu be bia mi ton drink no ena mi ye fa she ekoshe shop no so mi wura ho na mu se asa tie eso na asa tiegu bi nti tiegu na light off nti wo se store na sheki ena ye se be dwane nti enemu nso ni dwane ko side sei
Mwafi on na yatise ye door no main door no akabu na eyedede nti mi ka kire mi brase mba be hwe se de na eba no saa na dɔ no yɛ de me paper na mo sɛ ade nya dua gu fam nti me kɔka kyerɛ me bra sɛ ade na mɛhu no nso mbra no bɛhu nti eba na bɛhu sɛ eba na no mo ayɛ ɔsoro no ni nya gu fam nti anu na bubu gu ɔfo no ɔmo yɛ ba na bi wɔ nti frama no pushi bana no the ma blocks no waiting nya call block nti ma block nya fish no be nya ba form.
With more rains expected in the coming days, residents appeal to the government to implement measures to mitigate the challenges and dangers posed by the weather.
I'm sure you have also seen how devastating this morning's rains have been in your area. I mean, in Waja, there's been some billboards that fell on a garage. I'm sure in your own area you've seen some. So the question is, how do we prepare to deal with this situation once we enter into the rainy season? Let's speak to someone who is a public safety consultant. Nana Anoemi here is a public safety consultant. He joins us on the phone lines now for a conversation on this. Nana, I'm grateful to you for joining us here. I'm sure you've heard the news. Where do you think we got it wrong with all that has happened?
Well, good afternoon, if I may say to your cherished listeners and viewers. I'm stuck in my village in Elambela, United to be precise. And I don't know exactly what the mayhem is in Accra.
Okay.
But I've just been informed that there has been a rainstorm in airport residential area, Tema, and those environs. And I hear it's very disastrous.
So several billboards have fallen off. They're falling on cars, they're falling on buildings, some trees are falling on cars, and it has resulted in one person, racing for his life now at the 37 Military Hospital.
Well, I oftentimes say that I think God loves Ghana more than everybody else or any other country. Because the things we do, really, when there's such disasters, we don't get a lot of casualties. But the way we do things, I'm surprised we only have one. Fortunately, thank God for that we only have somebody who is in a critical condition. But it could have been worse. Billboards, we have bylaws and what have you that regulate how billboards should be positioned. But really, the law as it is, has gone to the dog. We don't do the right things, and everybody look on. And we always pray to God that when such things are occasioned, we don't get killed. But as I said, we are the most loved by God.
So I mean, what is that missing element in terms of safeguarding the environment so that when these things happen, like you say, we won't say that we've been favored by God, but that we have also deliberately undertaken measures to prevent the scale at which the negative impact could be?
Now, I wouldn't say we have deliberately. Ghana, we are one of the countries that have the best laws in place for them to be implemented to safeguard public safety. But when it comes to enforcement and execution, it beggars belief that we have the Environmental Protection Agency, we have so many other agencies that are responsible for the regulation of the environment and how things should be done and done properly. But who cares? Nobody talks about these things. I really, over the years, as the immediate past president of Ghana Institute of Safety and Environmental Professionals, I've said my bit. We've done everything possible. We've shouted on the rooftop, sometimes to the point of our own being victimized by government agencies and others. But who is listening? Nobody's listening. So really, I have given up coming on air and talking and talking. Would nobody here listening. So seriously, I'm now focusing on what I can do to bring positive impact to my immediate environment, my village in Elambele.
So, I mean, if I follow you well, you are frustrated by the non-actions of people who have been placed in positions to help deal with how unsafe the environment is. But
yeah, precisely so. And I would also go further to say that the what do you call it, the media is also not playing its corporate responsibility role.
Okay.
Because there are so many things that I want to bring to the attention of the media for it to be, for them to pour oxygen or publicity on it. But the media is only interested in news such as these ones. But the preventative measures that can be, if you like, sensitized to the people for them to take precautions. The media is not interested.
No, but you just said that there are laws that should regulate some of these things, but those laws are not working. It is someone's responsibility to ensure that the law works, isn't it? For example,
yes.
Mounting of billboard in positions and ensuring that those billboards are not becoming a danger to the people that use those places. Isn't it someone's job to see that doesn't happen? For example, the tree that fell today, isn't it someone's job to ensure that it doesn't become a danger to the people? If the people are not working, why are they not working? What can we do to change it?
Now, listen, you just talked about a tree by the roadside. If you go to the Achimota school, from the Achimota police station, going down to the Achimota school, there is such a danger there. Some trees that have fallen, and they fell at the wrong side of the day. That, unfortunately, it didn't fall on anybody. Those trees are there. That we've got attention. We've got it to the notice of the media. I mean, I'm talking about multimedia, Joy News to be precise. And when multimedia just aired it, and then nothing was done, there has been no follow-up. But these are some of the frustrations that we go through, that we bring some of these things to the attention of the media. And instead of the media hammering on it to the hearing of those responsible, it is not that it just becomes a one-day wonder, a 9-day wonder, and that's it. And we go back to sleep. And these things happen because on record, if you check with Smith, he sent your media team to Achimota primary school area. I'm sure with this rainstorm, perhaps, I don't know, I'm not in Accra, but I'm sure what I brought it to the attention of the media, I'm sure that we may have fallen. But fortunately, probably it didn't cause any.
No, I hear you, but I want to get solutions. I want to understand what must change, because we are now entering the raining season proper. What it means is that we are likely to have several of this happening. So what can we do to minimize the negative impact that this could have on all of us?
I as a person or a safety professional, I believe in preventative measures. If you do those things and you don't talk about them and you don't tackle the agencies that are mandated to deal with them, we are bound to have these mishaps. And we wait and wait. Ghana, that's a way of doing things. We all wait till there's a disaster, then you have people, ministers, and the so-called technocrats and whatever, they come and have shed crocodile tears, and then it goes away, and that's it. It goes to sleep. Nobody talks about it again. Now, if this rainstorm, I saw some pictures that the trees at airport are falling on many trees, and there was not one single casualty. But imagine there were people in those cars, and we had about 20 people, 40 people dying. Do you see what would have happened today? Everybody will be coming from all over the place, shedding crocodile tears, saying this and this, and then we go back to sleep again, waiting for another disaster to happen. That's the reason. That's my reason for saying that we are frustrated. I've given up on safety advocacy and what have you, because the media is also not assisting. We cannot only blame the politicians or the civil servants or public servants, but the media also have a role. You should be at their doorstep and hammering on them. Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? But the media, is interested in sensationalism. You're not interested in some of the preventative measures that we bring to your attention for you to help people. That's my take on this.
So you think a lot more people and a lot more stakeholders are supposed to be held responsible for what is happening. I mean,
absolutely. And from now on, if you're going to give us the airtime for us to air some of these things, to sensitize the public, that some of them, out of ignorance, do not know some of these things that may bring fatalities and disaster to the environment.
Okay.
But some of us, as environmental professionals and safety professionals, we are here, and when we see these things, we bring to the attention of the media.
Now, I'm grateful.
For me to end, in my area here, in United States to be precise, there are a lot of things that may bring a disaster, and we were waiting for the disaster to happen. LPG gas bottle. People are sleeping with them in their small, tiny rooms, and the hazards that abound, fire hazards that abound. Believe you me, the next few days or whatever, you hear that gas bottles have exploded and killed 5 children in a single room or 10 children in a compound, and then you will be running to us, calling us to, oh, Nana, there's this and this and this and that. That is where
okay, Nana.
You know.
I hear. I'm grateful to you for sharing your thoughts with us this afternoon. Nana Anoami here is a safety consultant there.